So you can be there to start taking your shots. Yeah, you can be there to start taking your shots.
Banco, improvement, you are no aboyome, who va demito a wapa boyome. And the mere body, it's a day, big I get up with woman. The young guy, I won't put a top of them. Tawa, I got plus Yama Ginami, very bad no Benami. Give me a bit of Quacola, and Mount Loy. Go in and move up on you. So who could talk, and you make any young get it. Le Hukame Yao Gayan Longer, Egameke de Agble de Suku, Oko Quebe, Urana, I may want to call Gede, a well hotel classic, bye bye, do and down I may want to call that with the album. I have a super good mayor, Urana, a super cool, Kakamatebe have a boy. I have a February, Unquaye, Dr. Abu Sakar.
We also want to take opportunity to wish you many more years on your throne, that not only will you have happiness and joy, but it will spread to the rest of your people and the rest of the country. Thank you very much. We are here as caretakers for a special assignment. That assignment is to return the Convention People's Party back to power. We accept it is a process. It is not an event. But we also know that for the sake of our country and this generation, that it must be now, not later. We want to assure Tobe and the rest of the elders that our party is a party that will always advocate for peace. We will not, under any circumstances in this election, accept for this country to be torn apart. Because after all, our party is a tradition that ushers Ghana independence. So Tobe and your elders can count on the good conduct of the Convention People's Party. You can also count on the options that we are offering in this election for Ghana to once again find itself and find the road back to its confident self, to fulfill the vision of the founding fathers as an example in Africa that all other African countries can aspire to. We have not fulfilled this vision yet. It is the quest for our generation that we do it, and we can only achieve it through economic emancipation of our people. That is the unfinished agenda for our generation. The guidance and also the good counsel of all your elders. Whatever advice you have for us, do not hesitate to call us and let us know. We will come day or night, because what ails us most is also what ails you. A country in which we can have prosperity for everyone, not for a few at the expense of the many, but for everyone. That is a country that we know to be Ghana, and that is a country that we aspire to have. Today is not a day for our campaign messages, but it would be very erroneous of me to leave here without at least letting you know the three key things that we bring as an option in this election. We are pitching our election on three key pillars. Social transformation. Is the society in Ghana the kind of society that we want it to be? If not, what do we do to make it the kind of society we want? Sustainable economic development. Do we have a robust, self-reliant economy? If not, what are the fundamental things that we need to address, whether as a long-term or medium-term strategy? And finally, social equity. How do we share the benefits of all that we work for, so everybody can feel included? These are the three main pillars, and our three main policies that we shall implement when we come into government is to ensure that as far as transforming the society is concerned, we invest in our youth. And the point of entry is not so much the free secondary cycle education, because it is something we have practiced and preached in the CPP for a long time. What we want to address are the more than 60% of BECE people who fail their exams and are then set aside with no prospects or opportunities for the future. We want to institute district opportunity industrialization centers in every district so that they can also continue to, one, develop a skill for life, and also to continue with the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic, until they are 18, so that they can have the same proficiency level as secondary school leaders. You cannot build a modern technological society on the base of the level of education of BECE people. So this is what we advocate to be our first point of intervention, even as we try to address the differences between the rural and urban areas in terms of the quality of education, teaching, staff, and infrastructure. The second aspect of it is something which you probably have already begun, making sure that Ghana invests its resources for the benefit of its people. We want to ensure that government takes a proactive role in supporting the private sector and in fact investing equity where needed to ensure that businesses take off in every region. At least one major business which suits the natural resources where we have a comparative advantage in every region. That we must do to ensure that we grow the economy. And that means also investing in the infrastructure, but also importantly, ensuring that our policy environment encourages our business entrepreneurs to be competitive in our own domestic market. Without those three prongs in the private sector, we will always continue to be at a disadvantage compared to foreign investors. So we want to make that economy work for Ghanaians. As far as the social equity is concerned, we want to first of all ensure that men and women have an equal opportunity in our society. We are standing on the record of a party that has always believed in the contribution of women. Our record of 10 parliamentarians in the First Republic who were women has remained unsurpassed and unprecedented. Right now we have a woman as our chairman, a woman as our first national vice chairman, and a woman as our second national vice chairman, all of whom are younger than me, and I am 54 years old. So the party has not only rejuvenated itself in terms of the successor generation coming in, but we have made sure that we have advanced the ceiling for women to play a more active role in our body politic and begin to take a more active role in our communities, as indeed has been our tradition. We also want to make sure that affordable housing goes across the board from urban renewal to districts, to ensure that people who are posted to districts have suitable accommodation for staying in rural areas. So we shall be building 250,000 houses over the 4-year course of our period of government. We don't want to make promises we cannot fulfill, so we don't go into millions. We stay at only 250,000 spread over 4 years. This, along with other interventions we shall take, will be key to ensuring that we set Ghana on a new path where we shall work towards self-reliance and once again believing in ourselves as a people and as a nation, and cultivating a younger generation of people who will aspire to that vision of the founding fathers, a Ghana that is a shining example of what Africans can achieve when we manage our own affairs well. Thank you, Toby, for this intervention.
My very distinguished friends, and of course our very distinguished leader, Dr. Abdul Sakara. I want on behalf of the chiefs and people of the region, I can see the region because I'm the president of the House of the Chiefs of the region. I want on behalf of all of us to welcome you to our regional capital, very importantly to my house. To thank you for doing us the honor of coming. And I know that the doctor has been wanting to see me for some time. I was wondering whether the preference was for Accra or here. But of course, this is the right place, a very appropriate place to come and see me. And so you can meet my people. You've come at, I would say, at the right time for some good reason I've already heard. We are in a celebration mood, celebrating what traditionally with the start of the new year, our young festival. Means before the white man came, we had our whole calendar. But it's unfortunate that there is also a reason why you couldn't see many of us here. That's why in our conversation this morning, or yesterday, I told you that you have to find a more suitable time so we can give you the kind of reception that you deserve. We have thought that by this time, our colleague chiefs would have finished the various rituals in their various localities, so we can all assemble here. But unfortunately, some of them are still with their people. We thought we could delay a little bit for them to come in. Rather, too much delay would probably hurt other programs that you have. So we are sorry we couldn't give you the kind of reception we would have loved to give you. Nonetheless, we are very happy you have come. And again, I want to thank you on behalf of our people that you made it. I also would like to commend you for the clarity with which you articulated, your programs, your vision for this country. I appreciate the three things that you emphasize: the social transformation, economic emancipation, and equity. I think we need all three to move this country forward. Certainly, there's a lot that's wrong in our society that needs correction. So the importance of transformation that you talked about, is obvious to me. Of course, the economy cannot be forgotten, but that's the desire of our people. Development, it's a common desire of Ghanaians. We want an economy that booms, an economy that provides jobs, that provides incomes, and that enhances our standard of living. So its importance cannot be overemphasized. And of course, equity is essential. If a few people have everything, and the majority do not, the few cannot live in peace. You see people knock at your doors at midnight because they want a bit of what you have. So the part of equity cannot, be overemphasized. So I appreciate, all the points and the clarity with which you explain them. As chiefs, these are the kind of things that we also share. We are placed where we are, so we can also advance the cause of social transformation, economic development, and equity. So we are singing the same tune, so to speak. We share the vision of the CPP. I also like the emphasis you place on peace. Because without peace, we can't achieve any of those things. And we have recognized that. And we actually work for it in everything we do. That was why we just came back from Togo to advance the cause of peace, unity, across the sub-region. That is why we have visited other traditional areas within the Volta region and outside to advance the cause of peace, oneness, tolerance among tribes, ethnic groups, and all of that. So the importance of peace, again, also cannot be overemphasized. It's well placed. And I think that should be what you should keep drumming. I said it the other day that I'm not comfortable with the fact that every 4 years we have to go around and be praying for peace. Why should we threaten the peace